So last night was clear-ish sky towards the end of the night, early hours of this morning, and I woke up this morning, it was flipping freezing. It was like 4 degrees when I left the house. Now to me, that tells me there's going to be some sort of cloud inversion or fog, or either way, if I head to the valleys, I get down to heading over to Towie Valley now. So I'm just walking up to Paxton's Tower, and I've been here, I've done a recce here a few times, and I've never had the conditions that I wanted to. I've never had the low-lying fog and all that. Got here this morning about 10 to 7, so about half an hour, 40 minutes before sunrise, and I could see the fog. So I'm a bit excited, a bit pleased. Absolutely unbelievable. I'm a little bit pleased with myself this morning. Do excuse me. I think I found my location. It wasn't easy to get to. I had to force myself through a few trees. But look, I found my viewpoint. Now you can only see the lump that's sticking out of the, we'll call them clouds, there. There's a castle just to the right of that lump, and that's Dristloin Castle. That's basically, I was there yesterday actually. It was a really, really nice sunset, and that's my focal point. So yeah, I didn't think I'd have to get this high up. All my recce's, I've been coming down there for years trying to get this shot, and I didn't think I'd have to be this high up. But stupid me, I didn't put into the equation that when the invasion did come, I would obviously have to be higher than the clouds. So all the viewpoints that I was looking forward to shooting from aren't going to work because you'd be in pea soup, as they say. But yeah, I'm a bit delighted. Can you tell? Right then, 55 to 200. Will it reach? Will it reach? It's awesome. Lovely trees sticking out the mist as well. I'll try and get a few of them. Oh wow. Oh, I love this lens. Right then, I'll talk you through the composition. I've changed it a few times, and I've wandered around and I found a better entrance point. I'm only about 10 metres from where I was initially, but on the other side of the fence, because I had too many trees sticking out the frame, sticking into the frame, and yeah, it wasn't really helping the invasion much. So I've come down a little bit, and I've still got some trees in the way, but it's a bit more manageable, a bit more workable. And I've tried to do a time lapse on the Fuji X-T3, but the light's changing so much, and to be honest with you, I'm just concentrating. I just want to get the camera on the tripod in position, so when the light is now starting to come over from the right hand side, as you can probably see, and that adds such a new dimension to the image. It's unbelievable. The difference is absolutely incredible. So I'm really, really excited about this. The fog is, if anything, the inversion is getting, well, it's not inversion, it's low-lying fog, isn't it? But the fog is getting more dense every now and again. I can't even see Dristloin Castle, so it's really, really quite funny. But beautiful morning. I did try and send the drone out. That I couldn't see bugger all. And to be honest with you, it's further than it looks. I mean, I'm at about 250 mil on the, I think actually, let me check, I've just moved it again. 100 mil. I'm at 100 mil on the Fuji, so what's that, about 150 mil full frame. So when I sent the drone out, it was absolutely miles away. It's further than it looks. I hope to send the drone sort of through the fog and up, and you know, doing some revealing shots with the castle, but that didn't happen. fact, I didn't think I was getting the drone back at one point. These geese sounded like a load of geese started attacking it. It was quite funny. But yeah, this is just remarkable. And I've basically got my composition was, which you can't see now, because see that's like a dip. There's like a dip. What is that? Let me see if I can get a picture of that. No, it's out of my frame. What is that? It's like a dip in the cloud. Very strange. But I've changed my composition slightly, so I've got that mountain in the background that you can see sticking out, and Dristloy and Castle are kind of my main frame, my main two anchors. So the mountain is my top left-hand third. Dristloy is my Dristloy and Castle, when you can see it, is in my bottom right-hand third. And yeah, it's working really, really well. The annoying thing is the good light is about let's go, I don't know, a quarter of a mile that way on this hill. It's absolutely beautiful on the side of this hill, so it's really, really quite aggravating. But the nice light, the nice cloud and everything is above that, but it's still really, really nice, worth hanging on for. So yeah, I think we're about f11, 60th of a second, and then the ISO is about 200 or something like that. I haven't got a polarizer on for two reasons. I don't think it needs a polarizer. I think there isn't really much, I don't think the cut, I kind of like it without the polarizer. I think it'll be a nice soft palette without the polarizer. I think if I add that polarizer, it'll give a bit too much contrast. The other reason is I haven't got a step-up ring for the polarizer to go on yet for the 55 to 200. I thought I had one, but it seems I haven't got it with me. But yeah, oh, I can feel that sunlight coming over now. Let's get back to it. So pleased. I'm so happy. I'm thinking if I went slightly wider, there's a portrait shot as well, but I really like that oh, actually, what's happening here now? It's starting to clear at the bottom. If I tilt the camera down, see that area there? It's starting to clear there. That darker area. Oh, look at the detail coming through. Oh, yes. Oh, brilliant. And there's a bridge and there's a river and everything down there. Oh, if this tree, can you see, let me zoom out and show you this tree. If that tree wasn't there, we could Photoshop that. We're gonna have to Photoshop them trees, guys, sorry. Let's go back to continuous because it's lost focus, I think. That's amazing. There we are. It's not on the third though, is it? We did have it on a third there, but there's a river coming round there in a minute, trust me. So that river will be on the third. So let's anticipate that shot there. Fantastic. This is just incredible, incredible. I've moved the camera slightly because the mist has kind of leveled itself, and some of the trees in the background are starting to sort of reveal. And I've managed to get a shot where everything is like in the middle third of the camera. So you've got the top half, you've got the bottom half with nothing in, and everything seems to be fitting perfectly in the middle third, almost like a natural panoramic because of the isolation from the sky and the cloud and the invasion in the bottom. So it's absolutely beautiful. It's just so beautiful. I'm really, really pleased. So I'm going to leave it now. I'm going to head back to the studio and have a look at these images. I can't wait to see them. I really, really hope you enjoyed this morning anywhere near as much as I have. I'm a very, very happy bloke this morning. What an amazing morning. That has to be one of my best mornings in South Wales. Really enjoyed myself. It was so nice and relaxing just sitting there and taking it all in. I did hang around for about half an hour just as the scene changed so much in front of me. It was unbelievable as the light changed and the atmosphere heated up and the fog disappeared. It was absolutely beautiful. Definitely one I will be returning to over and over again to see how many different sort of variants and how I can improve it. Really interested. I actually think I might have got my best photographs of the year out of that shoot as well. So yeah, really super thrilled. Let me know which of the images you think works best. I'm really pleased with them. Really enjoyed editing them. I did obviously struggle like hell staying calm though, and I think when you're in an environment, and this is typical of me actually, I get so excited, and then when I come back and I look at the images, you make mistakes because you're not sort of staying calm, you're not sort of assessing the scene, looking for errors, and it is for me anyway difficult to to behave and be calm and get it right. What I noticed is when I came back and looked at the images, I like all my images from a shoot to kind of look the same as far as white balance and editing, and I like it all to look consistent. And the white balance was absolutely unbelievable. The difference within half an hour, looking at the files, from half an hour it went from blue to orange, and there was greens and everything jumping out in between. It was absolutely incredible. I've never seen anything like it. It's probably the most extreme white balance change I think I've ever seen. So yeah, that was absolutely surreal. What would I do again? Looking at the images, there's one or two things that really annoy me. I wish if I'd have calmed down and thought about it, I'm blaming you because I'm talking to you. I wish I'd done a pano. I really regret not doing a pano because a few of them images, as I say, they're probably my favourite images of the year so far. I'm definitely going to get printed, and a few people have already asked for a few copies, so I really wish I had a bigger resolution so I could have printed them files bigger. I slowed down. The other thing is, I'm not sure whether or not I should have focus stacked. Now, I was zoomed in at f11, f14 at times, and because obviously I'm more than 10 meters away, I thought the camera would have been at infinity anyway, but there doesn't seem to be any clarity on the back of the photograph, and I know that's going to be the haze in the atmosphere, so it's not really going to be that sharp, but it's such a small area of the scene that looks sharp. I think I'd love it to have had more depth to the image. Even if I'd have known to focus on the castle and focus on the background, at least then when I came back and edited the photographs, if they still looked soft in the background, I know it would just be the haze in the atmosphere. So yeah, so perhaps I should have on the, obviously couldn't have done that for the panoramic, but I wish I'd have focus stacked the normal shots. The other thing I wish I'd done was a few of the shots I actually cropped from, because I kept the camera landscape the whole time waiting for that one composition, which is normally something I wish I had done, right? But if I'd have had two cameras on a tripod next to each other, one portrait, one landscape, because there were some shots that I had to crop from a landscape to get the portrait, and I really like the images, and yeah, I could see it happening, but I didn't want to move the camera, so I knew I was going to have to crop. The other thing is the polarizer. I found the polarizer. Now if I put the footage up on screen now so you can see what the polarizer does, it does make a tremendous difference. I was very wrong, and I did find the polarizer step-up ring, and it's the same as one of my other lenses, so I did have that, and I put it on at the last minute, and you can see a difference. It's actually nuts how much the polarizer not only gets rid of, gives you more contrast and gets rid of glare, but seemed to get rid of the blue out of the footage, out of the image as well. So yeah, I do regret not using the polarizer, so definitely next time I'm there I will be using a polarizer. Even if it's not on full, I might turn the polarizer down a bit, but it did need it. Much big regret that. And the other thing is, I thought I got it right in camera. I'm looking at the footage, I thought I got the composition right in camera. Turns out I wish I'd gone a lot closer. I was only about 150 mil on that lens, so I could have gone in a lot more. And as I said, if I'd have done a polarizer, if I'd have done a panoramic, I could have cropped in a bit more. But I'd like to have got a lot closer to the castle, just because that's the only sharp thing in the image, and because it's such a small part of the image, I think I regret having so much white around it, because you can't really see the sharpness, you can't really see the detail. So massively regret having to crop in a little bit more in the files than I would like to have done. I spent so long looking at them files on the back of the screen and through the EVF trying to get it right in camera, and then when I came back to Lightroom, different story on Lightroom, I had to crop it, and that really frustrated me, because I do like, especially with the crop sensor cameras, I do like to get it right in camera, and not so much on the cropping. Now, mentioned Lightroom, I had a massive problem with Lightroom editing these photographs. Lightroom did not like I don't know if it's because there's not enough sharpness, but they just did not come out looking sharp at all. F11, 2-second timer on a tripod, no IBIS, no image stabilization, and they just did not look sharp. So I had to go over to Capture One. So I downloaded Capture One. I used Capture One about 20 years ago when I first started in photography, but I'm not very good at it now. So I'll definitely have to give Capture One another go, because I did actually print some of these pictures, and Lightroom, they just didn't look sharp. So Capture One did a much better job. So yeah, really good. This is one of the only occasions I'd say that I wish the Fuji had more resolution and was better had better sharpening, because I do struggle sometimes with, especially with printing, sharpening Fuji files, and this was an occasion when it did frustrate me, because I really like the images, and to get them sharp in Capture One wasn't a quick thing, and because I don't really know what I'm doing, it wasn't that easy either. But I really love the images. It's definitely a viewpoint I'll be going back to, and spending more time. I might even invest in a larger resolution camera just for things like this. But yeah, really nice. The other thing I wish I bought was my coffee, because it would have been the perfect morning. Sat there with a coffee. But yeah, I think one of these might be my best picture of the year, and so far I've decided on one. There's a few that I really like, but this one I actually went and I actually got it printed. Say I got it printed, I printed it here. You see that? Looks fantastic. Check that light out of the way. It looks fantastic. I'm absolutely thrilled with it. So this is on our give it that light. This is on in our haul, with a few other pictures that I've done recently, which I'm really pleased with. So yeah, absolutely delighted with that. So I'm going to create a website, I think, and offer a few of these for sale. It's difficult to see if there's not catching the light, but yeah, it looks fantastic. Really pleased with that. So yeah, that's on our wall. That's 11.5 by 18.5 print, that is. And if that's probably the limit, I would go with the Fuji. I would love it if I could print that bigger. And if I do go back to that and get that view, anything like that morning again, I will definitely be looking for a larger format camera to take the images, so I can get that picture bigger. But yeah, really enjoyed the invasion. Hope you enjoyed the invasion. But yeah, thank you so much. Let me know if there's any tips, anything you'd have done differently, let me know. And it's all about learning, isn't it, and sharing advice and stuff like that. But yeah, really thrilled with the pictures. I just wish they had more resolution, so I could print them a bit bigger. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll leave you to it, and thanks for watching. If you haven't already, subscribe, and I'll see you again in the next one. Take care, guys. Thanks for watching.